So this video is going to be a very short one. I have not looked up the data. This is just off personal experience, what I see and what companies are asking for in their sort of targets and job adverts. The question is, what are the average billings for recruitment consultants? So what I mean by this billings, I mean how much revenue they've actually generated by themselves. So for example, most companies, I would say about 95% of companies have this sort of commission structure and target. So the target for the month is £10,000. So in theory, they either give you £10,000 or they tell you you have to make 120k a year. Or sometimes some companies break it into a quarter. So most consultants will probably hit that on most months. If you've got 1 to 2 years experience, or 2 years plus, I would say, you'd probably be making over 100k a year. Now, what that'll look like in commission structure depends on what your company offer, but chances are you'll probably be getting about 10% of all revenue generated, 10 to 15 to 20% around there. So if you make 100k in a year, chances are you're going to be making, 10 to 20,000 pounds on your actual basic, which could be 20 to 30,000 if you're a few years in. So I would always say, the average consultant will double what their base salary is. Now that's an average recruiter. I'm not going to talk about what a successful recruiter or top biller, as we call them, would be making in that sense. So going back to what an average recruitment consultant bills, from my experience, people bill around 6,000 to about 12,000 per year, per month, sorry, I should say. So it's not really spectacular. It depends on the company. Some consultants do very well in big city firms, very niche market with a good client base. You obviously do very well most months. Now, for myself, there's been times where it's 20 to 40,000 consistently, and that's working for a company with self-generated accounts, so all the clients I brought on myself, and obviously source the candidates for. So total 360. So in that sense, you'll be looking at working with nice companies. You do bill very well, but on average, recruiters actually make about, I would say, with a threshold, which is they have to make before they get commission, chances are they'll probably be making about 200 to 700 commission on average per month on top of their basic. Now don't forget, tax rate is at 45% for bonuses, so chances are most consultants will be taking home extra £200 to £500 per month on that on average. So if you are looking to break into recruitment, become a consultant, chances are, if you can't see any end of light at the end of the tunnel, if you're working in recruitment, number one tip is don't be average. Work harder than everyone else, and yeah, there's definitely money to be made there. And yeah, when you take away your first 5-figure sum in commission, then definitely you'll be trying to reach that goal every month. But on the flip side, if you can make £6,000 to £12,000 working for a company, even if you make half of that working for yourself, this is why most people end up getting 1 or 2 years experience in an agency and then setting up themselves, because that money in your pocket without the big tax will definitely be much more at the end of the day, even if you work half as much. So hope this video helped. A bit of a short one, but a question that's always coming up for me, and a lot of people are asking that are breaking into recruitment.